Have you ever held on to something so tightly, only to realize that it's the very act of holding on that's causing you pain? Let's pause for a moment and ponder on this. Many times we clutch onto things, people, or ideas with such intensity, we barely realize that it's this very attachment that's causing us grief. There's a certain power in the act of letting go. It's a tool, a key if you will, to unlocking personal growth and happiness. But often we're so consumed by our attachment, we fail to see the cage we've built around ourselves. Be it an outdated belief, a toxic relationship, or an unfulfilling job. These bonds can limit our potential, stunt our growth, and cause unnecessary suffering. What if the key to freedom is not holding on tighter, but loosening our grip? Entertain this thought. What might happen if you dared to release that grip? Let me share with you the story of Sarah, a woman who found success and happiness after she dared to let go. In a small town, there lived a woman named Sarah. She was stuck in a rut, bound by the chains of an unhealthy relationship and a dead-end job. Every morning she woke up to the same routine, the same faces, and the same feelings of dissatisfaction. Her life had become a monotonous cycle of unhappiness. Sarah's relationship, once a source of joy, had slowly turned into a battleground. The love that once existed had been replaced by constant arguments, resentment, and heartache. Her partner, who she once saw as her confidant, had become a stranger she no longer recognized. Her job, too, was a source of immense dissatisfaction. What was once a stepping stone to her dreams had become a quicksand of desolation, pulling her deeper into the abyss of discontent. She was stuck in a position with no room for growth, her talents underutilized and her potential untapped. One day, as she looked at her reflection in the mirror, she asked herself, is this the life I want? Is this the person I want to be? The answer was a resounding no. She realized that she was holding on to things that were dragging her down, hindering her growth. She understood that she needed to let go of these shackles to find her happiness. But letting go is easier said than done. It's a battle, a struggle against the familiar and the comfortable. Sarah was faced with the daunting task of releasing the hand of the person she had spent years with. She was challenged with the prospect of leaving a job that gave her financial security. It was terrifying, it was agonizing, but it was necessary. And so, she did. She summoned the courage to end her relationship, to free herself from the toxic atmosphere that was suffocating her spirit. She quit her job, willing to step into the uncertainty of unemployment rather than stay stuck in a role that stifled her. Letting go was a journey of tears and heartache, of fear and uncertainty, but it was also a journey of self-discovery, of resilience and strength. Sarah found within herself a power she didn't know she possessed. She found the courage to face the unknown, the strength to stand alone, and the resilience to keep moving forward. In the end, Sarah found her happiness. She found a love that cherished her, a job that valued her, and most importantly, she found herself. She discovered her worth, her potential, and her ability to thrive in adversity. And so, Sarah discovered that sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is to let go. Sarah's story is not unique. Many of us are holding on to things that no longer serve us. The power of letting go is a concept that transcends boundaries and affects every aspect of our lives. It's about releasing the weighted anchors that prevent us from moving forward, the invisible chains that bind us to our past and hinder our growth. Let's start with relationships. We all have people in our lives who, despite our best efforts, drain our energy and happiness. It's not always easy to accept, but sometimes the best thing we can do is to let go, to give ourselves the permission to move on, to seek out relationships that uplift us, enrich us, and make us better versions of ourselves. Now, let's talk about careers. We live in a society that often equates success with job titles and paychecks. But what happens when your job is making you miserable? When it's not aligned with your values, your passion, or your purpose? The power of letting go gives you the courage to leave behind what doesn't fulfill you and to pursue what does, even if it's uncertain or scary. But it doesn't stop there. The power of letting go extends to our past mistakes as well. We all have moments we wish we could erase, words we wish we hadn't said, decisions we wish we hadn't made. But holding on to these mistakes, letting them define us, only stunts our growth. Letting go means acknowledging these mistakes, learning from them, and then releasing them. It means forgiving ourselves. And then there's the most challenging aspect, letting go of our own self-perceptions. We all have an image of who we are, an image often shaped by years of experiences, expectations, and societal norms. But sometimes this image is not who we truly are or who we want to be. Letting go means having the courage to shed this image, to redefine ourselves, and to embrace who we truly are. As Sarah found, the act of letting go can be a path to freedom and success. Because only when we let go of what no longer serves us can we make room for what does. Only then can we truly grow and thrive. But how do we let go? It's not as simple as flipping a switch. It's a process, one that requires patience, understanding, and time. Letting go isn't a sprint, it's a marathon, a journey that unfolds at its own pace. One of the first steps in this journey is mindfulness. It's about being present, truly present, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally as well. It's about acknowledging our feelings, our thoughts, our fears, and our hopes. Mindfulness is the art of observation. It's about seeing things as they are, not as we wish them to be. It's about accepting the reality of our situation, embracing it, and understanding that it's okay not to be okay. Acceptance is another key element in the process of letting go. It's about understanding that what has happened, that we cannot change the past. We can, however, change how we react to it, how we perceive it, and how we let it affect us. Acceptance is not about approval. It's about understanding. It's about taking a step back, looking at the bigger picture, and realizing that sometimes things just happen. They happen for a reason or for no reason at all, and that's okay. Seeking support from others can also be incredibly beneficial in our journey towards letting go. We're social creatures by nature, and sometimes all we need is someone to listen, someone to understand, someone to tell us that it's okay to feel the way we do. Whether it's a trusted friend, a family member, or a professional counselor, having someone there for you can make a world of difference. These strategies, mindfulness, acceptance, seeking support, can help us to release our attachments, to move past our past, and to pave the way for a brighter, more fulfilling future. Remember, letting go doesn't mean forgetting or discarding. It means accepting, learning, and making space for new growth. It's about taking the lessons we've learned, the experiences we've had, and using them to better ourselves, to grow, to evolve. It's about moving forward, not in spite of our past, but because of it. Now, I want you to think about something in your life that you need to let go of. Take a moment to let that question simmer in your thoughts. Is there a habit, a memory, or perhaps a person that's been holding you back from reaching your true potential? Something that's been the anchor to your ship, preventing you from sailing towards the horizons of your dreams? This is your moment to identify that one thing that has been a hindrance, a stumbling block, or a source of unnecessary pain. It could be a toxic relationship, a self-deprecating belief, or an old grudge you've been holding on to. It's there, isn't it? You see it, you feel it, and now it's time to acknowledge it. Acknowledgement is the first step towards release. It's the realization that you're carrying a weight that you no longer need to bear. It's the understanding that, yes, this is something that is holding you back, and yes, it's time to let it go. But acknowledging alone isn't enough. Now, I challenge you to take action. It's time to take a step towards releasing this attachment. This step could be a difficult conversation that you've been avoiding, a professional help that you've been hesitant to seek, or simply an acceptance that it's time to move on. Remember, this step doesn't have to be a leap. It could be as small as writing down your feelings in a journal, or as big as standing up for yourself in a situation where you've been silenced. The size of the step doesn't matter. What matters is the direction. You're stepping away from what's holding you back and stepping towards freedom. In the act of letting go, you are not losing, you are gaining freedom, peace, and the space to welcome new possibilities. So I dare you to let go. I dare you to unchain yourself from the past and step into the light of the future. I dare you to believe in the power of release, because in the end, your future self will thank you.